My dad thinks I complain too much too. I'm like, look, the only reason why I'm still sane is because I'm complaining. But like, I'm also complaining with the thought of making it entertaining so that it's easier for the other person who's listening to digest. So I'm not being like full on anger. I'm like trying to make it funny so that you're like, oh, I'm so sorry. That sounds really rough. Ha ha ha. And then we can move forward. So it's done with much planning in my brain, okay? Your complaining gives me energy. That's great. See, win-win. Like, I get what he wants. He just wants me to be happy and at peace. I totally want that for myself too. I don't even want money. Maybe if I'm happy and peaceful, I might even just marry some ugly husband. That's fine, as long as they're nice. That's a bit of a stretch. Like, maybe not. I don't know. I want everybody in my chat to live a happy and comfortable life. How do you know when you're at peace? Oh, you will know. You know who's always pretty much at peace? Diego. Let me just talk about him. He's the most peaceful friend that I have in my circle. One time he lost his wallet. Okay? He just lost it. He like forgot it somewhere. And then he didn't realize until like half the date was over. And I was like, oh my god, you lost your wallet in a foreign country. And he's like, yeah, kinda sucks, but you know what? It's okay. I hear that shit? I'm like, you motherfucking bitch. Say it again, I'll stab you. What the fuck? What kind of reaction is that? Well, I was like, you just lost your wallet. Hello? Hello? He was like, why are you more freaked out than me? I was like, because you lost your wallet. That's where all your money is. That's where your ID is. That's where all your personal information, your address, all that shit is in that tiny ass wallet. And you just lost it. And it's not like you live here. You gotta leave soon. So like, once you leave, you're not gonna have any chance of finding your wallet, you know? He literally sat me down. He's like, look, I need you to listen. It's gonna be okay. The most important thing is that I catch my flight. I have my phone, so I can still pay things off of my phone. I just have to go home and renew all these things and it'll be fine. I guess the only thing that's kind of difficult will be this one card, but I'll figure it out. It's fine. I don't know why, but the more positive he was about this, the more pissed off I was. Not at him, but just at his like demeanor, you know? I was like, there's no fucking way you are doing some Buddhist monk shit right now. Like, no, no, no. And that's how you know when you're at peace, okay? You know, that's the thing about me. If you don't panic, I will. But if you panic, I literally will be into the sage mode and be like, look, you still got your phone. You can renew all the stuff that was in your wallet. And you can lock your cards through your phone right now. So nobody's gonna be using that. It's gonna be okay. Like, that's literally what exactly I would say. But because he was the one that was in sage mode, I was the one that was like, what the f- Chinese pickles, how are you gonna go anywhere without your wallet? You choose to be the opposite. Yeah, I don't know. It's not that I choose. I just automatically go into that, like, because if you think about it, with people like Millie and Mumu, they're a little bit more like frantic compared to me. That's why when I'm around them, I'm calmer. If Millie has like something that's panicking her, I'll be like, it's okay, Babu. I'm gonna help you with this, you know? But like, that's why when people are more like calm than me, like people like Diego, for example, I freak out more in front of them. It's just like, I'm just trying to complete the circle. So yeah, depending on who it is, I don't know, I either freak out or like get calmer. It's funny. You balance people's energy. No, seriously, that's what I do. It's not that I choose to do it, I just like feel that way. Does Diego meditate? No, he's just stupid. He's just really peaceful. You know, when something bad happens, he's like, you know what? Lesson learned. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. You know, sometimes he's like, yeah, this girl like really fucked me up. And I'm like, yeah, say that again, bestie. I got you. Let's go fuck that hoe up right now. And he'll be like, but it's okay. I learned my lesson. I'm like, this isn't a lesson to learn. This is a lesson to give. We gotta give it to that hoe right now. Let's go. And then he's just like, no, I really needed to like learn from this lesson. And I'm like, okay, that's great. I don't care if you learn something or not. I just care if that hoe learns something. I'm after you. But you know, sometimes when my other friends are like, yeah, I don't know, like maybe like they're ignoring me and stuff like that. And I'll be like, no, I think you're just overthinking. I think this is a you problem. So it's funny. I don't know. I'm just like always confused. This is the lesson to give. I mean, like, yo, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, if anybody ever fucks with any of my besties, like you go up to my bestie and you like fuck them up, okay, in a negative way, not like fuck them up like you make them happy, but like you fuck them up and you like piss them off or upset them. Oh, it's coming, bitch. I'm coming after you. I'm like Asian Walter White. I'm coming. I'm not making the marijuana part. I'm just coming at you with like a lot of anger. You know what's really funny? A lot of my friends will be like, oh my god, you know, you will say all this shit, but then in front of the person, you're gonna be like, look, I need to talk to you. Can you tell me why you did this? Like, before I meet the person that I'm mad at, I'll be like, yo, I'ma fuck him up. Like, this is a calling. You called. I'm here. And then I'll sit in front and be like, so please tell me why you decided to do this thing that, like, affects everybody around you negatively. That's literally what I do. It's so funny. Sometimes I don't realize it until somebody points it out. I'm like, oh my god, you're right. I do that. Like, right at their doorstep, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna f this bitch up. And then I knock on the door and be like, hello, I would just like to discuss with you about, like, why this problem has occurred. It's so funny when I think about it, but in the moment, it flips so fast. I will never go up to someone's face and be like, yo, I'ma f***ing stab you, you know? I'll do that at their doorstep. But once they open that door, I'm like, okay, let's sit down and talk about it. I remember Babu being at one of these like situations, and my other friend was like, oh my god, I've never seen you so mad, like please don't punch them in the face. And Babu would be like, no, it's okay, that's what she does, she just like vents it out, and then when she talks to them, she's just gonna be like really calm, don't worry about it, she'll never do any of these things. And I'm like laughing inside because I'm like, what? She knows you too well. I know, she knows you better than you know yourself. That's so true. That's why I think on stream, because the way that I am on stream is the way that I am in front of people's doorsteps, you know? That's why I think a lot of people who don't really watch my streams that often, they'll be like, oh yeah, Anna would beat your ass. Like, I would in my head. In my fantasies, you're already dead. But in reality, it's a different world. I gotta sit down with you with like lovely, lovely, comfy pillows, and we'll talk it out. And then if we can come to some sort of agreement, I call that as a win. Honestly, Sam, I go from being unhinged to diplomatic. What happens if you can't come to the agreement? No, I've literally had so many like cases where I don't agree with the other person, and I'll be like, okay, I guess that's okay. I'm glad that you talked it out with me and that you sat down with me, you know, to talk it out. So I appreciate that. And then I'll leave their doorstep, close the door, and be like, that motherfucker! Chinese pickle! Just so fucking dumb! What the f is wrong with that person? I hope you go to hell! Yeah. What? I gotta be like, you know, I can't always be diplomatic. I gotta be like unhinged somewhere. I hope you scream that far away so they don't hear you. Well, I feel like the fact that I sit down and try to talk to them, you know, it's good enough. If you ever want to talk, I'm always there. But if you're just gonna be like weird, how about close the door and like vent it out? Just like imagine me opening up a window and being like, you Chinese pickles, and then just closing it. I'm done. I'm over it. I feel like that's healthy. Sometimes people will have a problem with you, but they don't want to talk to you or confront to you about it. And I'm sure we've all been in that sort of position where like, you know, somebody's kind of avoiding you. I will go up to that person and be like, hey, I think we need to talk. Sometimes it doesn't work because they just don't want to, and I can't really force them. But like, if they are willing to talk, they already have much of my respect, because it's really hard to sit down and have a real conversation. But for the people who like refuse to sit down and just want to be non-communicative, that's not a word. Well, I'ma close the fucking door and be like, yeah, you bitch, I hope you never communicate with anything in your life ever again. And then I move on with my life. Sounds like you make an effort to start healthy communication. Yeah, I try. Thanks for noticing, guys. Always wanted everybody to call me One-John. I'm gonna get demonetized.